Did you miss us? Mrs Bonneville, where are we?
We're on our way to Repton.
No, we're not.
Oh,
we're in the middle of the field.
We're in the middle of the field.
That's where we are. Now, look, listen. Thank you ever so much, as usual, for all the wonderful comments for last week's video, which Mrs Bonneville edited herself. I did a few little bits and pieces, but 98% of it was Mrs Bonneville's work.
Thank you very much.
Now, look, before we start, I just want to address something very, very quickly. We've had a couple of comments, very nice comments, very positive comments, basically suggesting and having a little bit of a grumble and a moan about us not cruising. Just to confirm a couple of things, we're not having a go, so don't be getting all, thumbs down and all that. But if you want to, thumb down as long as you want. We're not cruising because I work, and we've always said we're not going to be continuous cruisers. So please, we've actually made a little decision this morning, because as our little channel grows, we're getting more and more comments, which is lovely. We're not going to answer those comments now that are having a little bit of a grumble about us not cruising. We've never said we're going to continuous cruise. I've got to work. Also, just to confirm, we're not on the poverty line. We had a comment.
We've got a savings account and we don't want to touch that savings. So Mr Bonneville is carrying on working so we can build that savings account up, so that eventually we can, when we both retire.
It's called a retirement fund.
Correct.
Well,
so
you have retired.
I have retired, yeah. But I have contributed to that fund. Believe me, I've contributed to it. But it just means that we can have a nice lifestyle when we get older. So he's carrying on working so we can build on
Hurry
that.
up, my arm's hurting. Yes. So look, we're not on the bread line, so please don't be thinking that. But look, seriously, there's a serious point here. Mrs Bonneville's just broke.
Oh.
I only said to her this morning. Anyway, she's broke her stick. We've had these sticks. We've had these sticks for years. Anyway, look, we're not continuous cruisers. Mrs Bonneville has broken a stick. So look, I know Mrs Bonneville will edit this. Please, if you don't mind, stop sending in comments about why we're not continuously cruising. And please don't worry about our financial situation. We're fine.
Yeah, and come spring,
we'll be taking the boat out.
You'll be the first to see
Goodbye.
us.
No, you're not having my stick. Sod off.
I'll have to find another.
Goodbye.
Hey, listen,
Goodbye.
Darren, what I'll have to do is, I maybe have to have a word with Mark on We're on the Move, because he does his walking sticks.
Yes. Go and have a look at We're on the Move. Mark.
The latest one. It makes walking, or it cuts walking sticks.
Send one to us. We want one of your walking sticks.
I've broken that. I'm going to try and find another one.
Bye.
Right, so we're on a walk today. We've walked towards Repton, but we're not going to Repton because we've been to Repton. If I just flip this around, that's the bridge that we walked over last week in last week's vlog. So we noticed when we came to Repton before, as we were walking on the road, that there was a footpath. So we're coming through this huge field and we've no idea where it's going or where we're going to end up. Let me just turn around, I'll show you where we're heading. There's Mr Bonneville.
Oh, now then. Forgot to say, there's that bridge behind us we walked over the other week, look. Probably Mrs Bonneville will be cutting in as usual, some weekly activity, because I want to stress again, that's what we do on this channel. We show you what life is like as liveaboards in a marina.
Yeah, and it's just everyday life.
It's just everyday life.
And it's not all about being creative or baking.
Yeah, and it's not always about being continuous cruisers. Right, anyway, enough of that. So we are, look behind us, by the way, that's a River Trent.
Yeah.
We're not ready for a river yet.
We were still on the bridge, weren't we? And you can see it's going really, really fast.
Yeah, it is.
And we're a bit like that. Whoa.
And sorry about the wind noise on the, it's very, very windy.
Yeah.
And we've got one eye over there on a load of cows in the field. But anyway, look, over to Mrs Bonneville for probably what she's done this week, clipping usual stuff and footage in. And we will pick back up with you when we know where we are and what we're doing.
Yeah, good morning. Welcome to another week with the Bonnevilles. I am off this morning to our local Amazon click and collect. Other shops, providers, retailers are available. At the moment, I think we're coming up to 1 month on the marina, and we have to be here for around 3 months before it can be our permanent residential home, and we can then set up our address details here, because at the moment our post is actually going to my sister's, so we're having to, she's holding on to it all for us. We've got a little shelf that I've ordered, a little shelf with like a lip on it, because Mr B put up a TV in the bedroom and the cords are dangling. Once it's up, I'll show you what he's actually done. I'm just on my way now to the local service station where the lockers are stored, and it's great because it's less than a mile up the road, so it's brilliant to actually have things delivered there when you can. So that's what I'm doing this morning, so come along and join me. I thought I would come a slightly different way to the supermarket, so I'm not always going on the same road, and I can find a few of the things that are around here. And I've come through a village called Milton, and just as I was coming to turn round to go towards my favoured supermarket, I noticed a sign that said 4 Mark Reservoir. So I've popped in to have a look. Let me just show you what I'm looking at. I'll make sure that me and Mr Bonneville, maybe at the weekend, come and have a walk around here, because they look like there could be some lovely, lovely walks around here. I've actually come back to the reservoir that I was at the other day, just having a look around and look at some of the walks, because I'm going to try and find some for me and Mr B. One thing that I have done as well today that I'm going to introduce and see what you think. A few years ago we bought a 360 camera. That's it. It's got the cover on because I've got to be very, very protective of it. And we used it a few times, and then it was put in a box. And I've took it out of the box and I've dusted it down, and I'm going to use it. For those of you that don't know what a 360 is, and I didn't know, I'd never heard of them up until a few years ago. It's a camera that films 360, so it films all the way around you. And we're looking at the camera now with the stick, but when you're filming, the stick and the camera disappear. Plays with your mind. When we've used it before, when we've done some videoing on the motorbike a few years ago, I could see the shadow of the stick, but then when you actually look at the film, there's no stick. So I'm just going to do a little bit of filming, just me walking, so you can see what it looks like. And you won't see the stick. It's right funny. For those of you that already know and have already used a 360, you're probably thinking, silly woman. Of course, that's what it does. But anyway, see what you think. As I'm walking through this nice little forest, this nice little path, I've come upon this sign. Now, I'm not sure, which way would you go? Let me show you. I'm hoping it's the remnants of Halloween. Or should I go and see? Which one would I go to first? The Insane Asylum? Bates Motel? Oh, that'd be interesting. Or the Pet Cemetery? Oh, the list is endless. I know one thing for sure. Mr Bonneville wouldn't be coming with me. Come back to 4 Mark Reservoir, in the sunshine, and it does look so different when the sun's shining on it. The water's blue, the grass seems greener, so it looked a lot nicer place. The other day when I came it looked very, very bleak. It looks really nice now. Well worth a visit and coming. There's cows, and oh, don't get that close. There's cows, and we think what is a footpath.
Well, we followed the sign for a footpath, haven't we?
And now there's no sign for anything really.
No,
but you know what? That's the fun of it. That's the fun. That's our adventure.
And you broke your stick.
Yeah.
She's not that naughty.
I'm
She's not that apologetic about it.
I'm going to take it and I'm going to leave it in a woodland.
Yeah. Do you know, these sticks we've had for a number of years. We've walked, I'm not joking, hundreds of miles with these sticks.
Do you know where we got these sticks from?
We got them in the Cotswolds.
In the wood, just before Broadway Tower. And we picked them up on one of our walks and we've had them ever since, haven't we?
Goodbye.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights.
Yeah, you see, she's already forgotten a stick that she's broken, look. She's a heavy-handed Yorkshire woman. Now then, the wind's actually dropped and we interrupt this broadcast for a very, very sad and poignant moment. Mrs Bonneville is going to bury or leave her stick. Let me show you.
It's got such sentimental value, so I'm not going to leave it in the middle of a field because I don't want anybody tripping over it or something. So I'm going to leave it with these other trees because then it can be friends with the other trees, can't it?
Life is a winding road.
Bye, stick.
Bye. Bye, Sticky. Sticky the stick.
Now, Mrs Bonneville will be coveting mine. It's not happening. Look after your stick and it'll look after you. Get off my stick. Yeah, it's 360 time. It's 360 time.
Can I just say, so the other day when I was out at the reservoir, I did have a practice at doing this 360, and
in the boat.
And in the boat. But no, so I had a practice doing the 360, and it didn't quite come out as planned. So Mr Bonneville had to then show me again what I was actually doing because I didn't quite do it right. So
we've got 16 seconds of count on it. Look. That's just, just 21, 23 seconds of video.
So here we are now, and I'm going to have a go at doing it now.
Right, 360. No, hold it by the handle, else it'll get your hand in it. You've got to hold it right at the bottom. Let's have a look. Yeah. You've got to love her, haven't you? You can't help but love her. Right, 360. She'll have me edit this. Oh, we've just popped into our local church, St Michael's in Wellington. Beautiful little church. Right, let's go and have a little look. Oh, by the way, it's a really grey, winter's miserable day. Very mild, but all we've done today is dodge the rain. So sorry about all the different footage. We're on the DJI We're on the DJI Osmo at the moment, which Mrs Bonneville lovingly refers to as Donny. My camera, my Canon, has only come out once today because of the rain, so apologies for the continuity of footage.
Hello. We could now. Are we allowed into your engine room?
You could come and have a look, but you can't come in. I'm just varnishing. Let me show you around.
Have a look.
Washer machine. Well, washer dryer to pick for things that will drop in the engine, no doubt. And as you can see, folks, I've just been varnishing and well, just tidying a few things up. Right. Goodbye, Mrs Bonneville.
Bye. Right, goodbye, Mr. B.
Bye.
Back in your den.
She's my what? She's my what?
She's gonna go mad at me, 'cause she always goes mad at me, but I said to her this morning, stop stamping your stick, it'll break. Practice.
I know exactly what I'm doing, and then it can be
It's all about continuity.
content.
Goodbye.
Good morning. Well, I've actually come back to the reservoir that cut.
Moment, that's the best way to hold it, so you don't block the microphones. She hates being told. She hates instruction of any kind. Goodbye.
Right.